Why do I punish the closest person I have in my entire life? And then one day just something happens and clicks in your head and you just give up. You're like, I don't care about how much you worked. I don't care about everything you've done. You're still not good enough. You're miserable. I got my confidence literally overnight. And the only thing I did is... Hello, hi. I am done waiting for the perfect moment to record this video. Today is the day. My name is nastyaswan, welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk about insecurities, about self-doubt, about this constant self-hate that we all have, this little voice in our head that stops us from living our dream life. My story is not easy. I moved to New York when I was 17 years old, all alone, from across the globe. I was a girl without any fears. I moved to New York and I was like, I'm gonna conquer this city. And the more I would live in New York City, the older I would get, the more fears and insecurities I would get, especially from the field that I chose. I worked as a model for like 3-4 years. And my teen years alone here were extremely difficult because I doubted myself every single day. Like everything about my body, everything about my life. I was so insecure, this little girl. And every time I think about her right now, I just want to hug her because she was so strong. She didn't even know how strong she was. But what really makes me upset right now is looking back and thinking about all the missed opportunities that I had in my life and I didn't take, only because I was so insecure. The amount of dates, the amount of castings, the amount of work opportunities that I just did not take because I felt that I'm not good enough at that moment. I was so worried about what people are gonna say about me. I always felt like right now I'm not ready for this opportunity. Let me work a little bit harder and then I will take that opportunity. It was such a mistake. When I was doing modeling, the amount of pressure I put on myself and my body is just insane. I literally abused myself every single day and my body in order to just look a certain way and please other people. At some point in my life, I was literally suffocating from the anxiety. All the fears that I had and worries about my future, they were literally killing me. But my biggest fear in life was always, what if I live my life and I never try? That's exactly why I'm here today, starting my YouTube channel. That's exactly why I do everything I do in life. Because what if I never try? Because of my own insecurities and fears. I always surrounded myself with older, successful people. And I always asked, how? How did you just get to this point in life? And I was always so afraid not to be a successful one. And then one day I just realized that there's two ways to live this life. Either you're a victim or you're a leader. When you just wake up and you choose to be a leader, it's a completely different existence. You say, I'm gonna lead people. I'm gonna be the one who people are gonna follow. When you're a victim, you blame everything and everyone for what's going on in your life. You find excuses, you're always afraid, you're always insecure. I was so tired of living like that, I wanted to change. And it's really interesting actually because I got my confidence literally overnight. And the only thing I did is I switched self-hate to self-love. I'm just telling you, I just literally healed myself with kindness. I started paying really close attention, which I never did, to how I talk to myself. And I realized that I was so freaking negative to myself about everything I do. Literally, I started listening to my own thoughts. How do I treat myself? How do I talk to myself? And I figured that anything I did, I was so judgmental. I was just so harsh with myself. I was just literally like picking on myself every single day. Like, you're not doing this enough. You're not pretty enough. You need to lose weight. You know, you're not getting enough money. You're not working enough. Look at all these people, they're working so much more. Like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting here and drinking tea? Like literally all day long, just like that. And now I understand why I was so insecure and so closed, and like it was hard for me to go outside and meet people and communicate with people and open up to them, because inside of me I was just not letting myself live. I was hating my inner child 24/7. But then I started thinking about kids and parents analogy. If there's a child inside of me, how would a good parent talk to the child? If I had a child and he was struggling, he was not succeeding at something, how would I treat my own child? Would I yell at him? Would I pick on him? Would I doubt him and hate him? And then I was like, wait a minute, to my own child, I would support him no matter what. I will be there for him till the day I die. I will always hug him. I will always kiss him. Like, it's my kid. And then I was like, why do I treat myself differently? So the reason why I was so insecure for years is not because there's something wrong with me. It's because I was unconsciously hating myself and doubting myself from the inside. The inner dialogue with my own self was a disaster. And what even worse, we start punishing ourselves and our bodies with all sorts of addictions like alcohol, drugs, smoking, food. Addiction really is a type of punishment. And if you slow down and you stop for a second and ask yourself, like, why the hell am I doing this to myself? Why do I punish the closest person I have in my entire life? Maybe then something will change. One more toxic thing that we all do to ourselves is self-depreciation. So like, everything is fine, you're working, you're productive, you're growing, you know, you're expanding, and then one day just something happens and clicks in your head and you just give up. You're like, nothing is working, I don't see any results, I hate everything I do, I don't want to do this anymore, and you just fall into that negative hole that sucks you in, and it's very hard to get out. I used to really like to do this with my body. Like, I would go to the gym, I would eat healthy, I would be so obsessed with the way I look, and then one day I would look in the mirror and I was like, nothing is working. You look even worse. I don't like the way I look. Fuck this diet, fuck this healthy eating, I don't want to do this anymore. It's all bullshit. And then because of all these negative thoughts, I would just go and binge. And obviously I would lose all the progress and all the hard work. When you just lose your own value like that, you're just pretty much telling yourself, I don't care about how much you worked. I don't care about everything you've done. You're still not good enough. You're miserable. Just imagine how your inner child feels at that moment. People around you can give up on you. Your friends can give up on you. Your family sometimes can give up on you, but you cannot give up on yourself. You're just not allowed. You're the most precious person that you have in your entire life. And when I get to that unconscious mindset of thinking that I'm not succeeding, not growing, what really helps me is to open my camera roll and go back like 1 year, 2 years in my pictures, or listen to the videos and the way I talk, the way I behave. And then I'm always like, wow, it's a completely different person. Who is this girl? Where does she come from? And then I immediately see how much I've grown and how much I've changed. But pretty much the most important thing about confidence and self-value is that it does not come from wealth. It does not come from health. It does not come from being beautiful, pretty, and have a beautiful body. Because I know so many successful people, like billionaires, that are miserable. They're so insecure. So many beautiful, gorgeous girls who are models, successful models, and they're so insecure. And then you're like, okay, so where does it come from? I truly believe that real confidence and self-love comes from honesty. Honesty with your own self. From the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go to sleep, you are not lying to yourself. You're constantly checking in with yourself. You're asking yourself from the inside all the time, how are you doing right now? I love you. I'm not gonna give up on you. I'm here for you. And that moment when you become your own best friend and not the enemy, your whole life changes. So my dear friends, kindness towards your own self is the answer. Just stop hating yourself and let yourself live. Let this life be interesting, unpredictable, chaotic sometimes, but be there for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was so lovely to chat with you. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, today is your day. I love you.
Boss ass bitch.